Hi, it's Alvin Jones. We are at the dedication of the Martin Luther King Memorial today. Beautiful day, the 16th of October. Originally, the 28th of August was supposed to be the date that the dedication was. That was going to mark the 48th anniversary of Dr. King's speech. But of course, with Hurricane Irene, that changed plans. But today is a beautiful day. Some great people spoke, people came out, and everyone enjoyed.
The District of Columbia is proud to serve as home to the King Memorial, celebrating the American ideals that Dr. King so heroically sought to make a reality: freedom, equality, justice, and democracy. Today, we gloriously honor Dr. King's legacy and his dream.
I was not far from him on the Washington Mall on that magic day in August when he delivered his famous speech. It's hard now to summarize all that he meant to us when he was alive and how great our loss is now upon his death. The true measure of any man is how his message continues on after he's passed from the scene. We have very recent proof that Martin Luther King meets that standard. Tawakkol Karman, this year's 32-year-old Yemeni winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, said just last week, "Martin Luther King inspired me, most because he sought change peacefully."
And no doubt, today the world celebrates with us. Today, our nation acknowledges its growth again, for this memorial represents a stair-step beyond its laws of segregation. It symbolizes that a black preacher, prophet from the South, effected a social change that helped to redeem the soul of America. And I want to express my gratitude to each person, each organization, each corporation, each entity that contributed to what we see here today, from its conception to its realization. However, we would be remiss if we did not also recognize and honor the life and legacy of my mother, Mrs. Coretta Scott King.
First, let me thank God for the opportunity to be here on this day that many in our nation would say is the Sabbath day. To each and every dignitary here, and I would say that's everybody, but to especially Brother Harry Johnson and his staff for the tireless work to make this memorial a reality, we first say thank you. That while it's great to have this memorial to his memory, and it's great to have a national holiday, and it's great to have streets and schools and hospitals named in his honor all over our nation and world, it is also important to not place too much emphasis on Martin Luther King, the idol, but not enough emphasis on the ideals of Martin Luther King Jr.
To quote Martin Luther King Jr. in his speech at Oslo, when they gave him the Nobel Peace Prize, but one of the things he made clear was that while we've come a long way, we still have a long way to go.
That's right. This is for the red clay of Georgia that yielded black men of courage, black men of vision, black men of hopes, bent over cotton and sweet potatoes or pool tables and baseball diamonds, playing for a chance to live free and breathe easy and have enough money to take care of the folks they love. This is why we can't wait.
I am very proud that GM had a long and has a long, strong relationship that supports this magnificent memorial. It's been 2 decades in the making, but today Dr. King takes his place in the pantheon of American heroes. It is a monument to one man's dream. It's a memorial to the people who sacrificed and risked everything, up to and including their own lives, so that generations to come would live together as equals.
So, I just have a word or two to say to Amandla, that we are passing on to you the torch. You will be the next generation to pick up and carry on where I and the rest of my generation leave us. God bless you and good luck to you. Thank you.
Today, I want to honor 4 little girls of the civil rights movement. 11-year-old Denise McNair, 14-year-old Addie Mae Collins, Carroll Robertson, 14, and Cynthia Wesley, 14. In 1963, they were killed at 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama, when a bomb exploded while they were in Sunday school. I'm 12 years old. Those 4 little girls were my age. Although they didn't live long enough to be recognized as women of the civil rights movement, they should be part of that wonderful legacy because, as Dr. King said at their funeral, they didn't live long lives, but they lived meaningful lives. I plan to live a meaningful life too. Thank you.
So you see, I knew Dr. King. And to talk about Dr. Martin Luther King is to talk about hope. The first time I met him in the early 60s, when I was about 12, I was really struck by what a quiet man he was. He always seemed quiet, but the first time I heard him speak, suddenly, it was as if he was breathing a fire of hope all over all of us.
In our militarily powerful, materially rich, but spiritually poor nation, and to honor the sacrifice of this great prophet of God, who died to help redeem the soul of America. Dr. King is not coming back. We're it. He told us what to do. Let's honor him by doing it. God bless.
That belief that God resides in each of us, from the high to the low, in the oppressor and the oppressed. It convinced him that people and systems could change. It fortified his belief in nonviolence. It permitted him to place his faith in a government that had fallen short of its ideals. It led him to see his charge not only as freeing Black America from the shackles of discrimination, but also freeing many Americans from their own prejudices, and freeing Americans of every color from the depredations of poverty.
So as you can see, very festive. People enjoyed themselves. A great tribute, but most people wanted to let you know that the memorial is not the end, it's the beginning of the continued struggle. From the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial at the dedication today, I'm Alvin Jones.